Hey traders, Shane from GMT Futures and FX. Welcome back. I'm going to take you through the new custom charts that are available on TradeStation 9.5 update 10. Now, what's really good about these features for the Renko charts is that we have now the Mean Renko and a Custom Renko. So I'm going to take you through the differences there. Now, we know that if you've used the Renko charts before, they're very, very popular with traders because they do a really nice job of cleaning up price action, and they just generally look really good on the charts. They're great for trading currencies and obviously some of the futures markets as well. They just do a fantastic job of minimizing the chop that you see on a lot of charts. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through the two types of Renko charts that we're going to look at here. So on the left hand side we've got the custom chart, on the right hand side the Mean Renko, and I'm going to explain the differences. So with a custom chart, what you typically do is you select the point value that you want the brick to print. So and each one of these little boxes is a brick. That's commonly referred to as a brick. So if I'm trading crude oil here, I've selected 0.05, which means that I want 5 points per brick. So price would need to move 5 points for me to get a brick to print. Now, what happens obviously in real time is that you'll get price. So let's say, for example, I've taken this trade here, or not taken the trade, but I'm watching this brick here, and it's moved up 5 points. Fantastic. Then what happens is, in real time, the next brick is starting to print, but it has to move 5 points to actually show a brick. If it moves 4 points, then I'm actually not going to get a brick print there at all. So while it's good, and the thing is that if it moves 4 points and then closes below, closes without hitting that fifth point, then what's going to happen is that all I'm seeing is this current brick. I won't see the value there. So it doesn't really show you the true high or low of price action, which is one of the downsides to the Custom Renko. Now, while they're great for cleaning up price action, they don't show you the actual price. And you can see I've got the same chart here, and you can see that I've got a slightly different setting here on this Mean Renko, because that's showing the Wicks, the high, that's what's called the tail, and the wick. And what it's doing is it's showing us how far price has moved, as opposed to matching our 5 points on the Custom Renko. So the great thing about these new Mean Renko charts is that they actually show exactly where price has been, so you can see the high and low of each brick. Now, the other interesting thing is that the way they're constructed is that if let's use the shorts for an example here. We'll go over to our short side. Again, they're a really good chart for cleaning out price action. But the way these are constructed is that if I've got a short here, then my opening price was 47.16. So the way this works is that I won't get. I've got a five brick offset, or a 5 point offset. So what happens here is that for me to get another brick print on these Mean Renkos, what I would need to see happen is price would need to move the 5 points, and that will print a brick. And the opening price is always, particularly on these Mean Renkos, is always the previous open plus or minus the offset. So if I've got a 5 brick Renko, it's going to use 3 as its offset. Crude oil doesn't trade in increments of 2.5, so 0.5, so it'll use the whole number of 3. So if you can have a look at the open here, the previous open was 47.16, so my new open will be 47.13 because it's a 3 brick offset. Now, so for me to get a red brick, I need to move the 5 points, and it will print that opening price at 47.13. So that's how, and you can see there 47.13 and 47.08. So these are my 5 points. Now, if it was obviously a bullish bar, then it would use the example here. My opening value is 47.04. So my next opening value is going to be 47.04 plus my offset, so it'll be 47.07. So every time one of these I get a new brick set up, it's always the opening price is always the brick previous open price plus or minus the offset, which is half of the brick size. So that's the easiest way to work it out. So price will need to move that distance though for that brick to print. It won't just automatically print. You've got to have price move the 5 points, and it'll show exactly how far. If it's moved, say 8 points, it'll show you that the value that the price has moved on the brick size. So that's how the bricks are formed, and that's how they calculate the mean Renko. As I said before, the advantages with the mean Renko is that you're going to get a greater improvement in your back testing, more accuracy, because you've actually got price as it's reflected on the chart. So if you run a minute chart or a tick chart or a time-based chart next to this Renko chart, Mean Renko, you're going to see price matched up perfectly as far as the actual price that appeared on the chart, which is what we want. And it's going to improve, as I mentioned before, it's going to improve your back testing and your forward trading. So really a massive advantage for our traders. It's going to be fantastic to start using them. I've started doing some testing and utilizing these Mean Renko charts, and you're going to see, I'll be posting some more videos later today on how they're performing, but they look really good at the moment. I did a DAX one earlier. I'll be doing a couple more on crude and a couple of the other markets, but yeah, definitely liking the Mean Renko. It's doing really well with our Trend Trader Elite, so I'll be posting more videos up on that. So thank you for your time, traders. As I mentioned before, nice easy chart to track, and does a really good job of cleaning out price action.